What is going on, my friends and family? Welcome back to another video here on Team Acne. Today we are reviewing a video called How to Pop a Pimple Without Leaving Any Marks. No damage. Also, they're doing this without any pinching, no pressure, no needles, anything like that. So I feel like this is the holy grail because that's pretty much what everybody wants to do. I don't know how this is gonna work, but let's just jump right into this.
So before we get started, there are some rules to abide by because I want your skin to look the best it can possibly look, right? So a few things. You need to know exactly when this blemish is ready to get removed. And that's...
Is it just me or does the frame rate seem like really low on this video? Doesn't it feel like it's a little choppy? Whatever, it's okay.
That's if it's been there on your skin for more than a day and if it has a clear white head, then more than likely it's ready to go. But if it's red, if it's cystic acne, if there's no head, and if it just popped up, so to speak, then it's probably not ready to be removed. So don't touch it. Instead, just use a benzoyl peroxide treatment and medicate it at night. So
okay, so I'm liking how she's starting this video because I feel like with a lot of how to pop pimple videos, it's just straight to it. Get a lance, shove it in your face, pop, go, steam your face, all that. It's really important to know that if you are gonna pop pimples, you only do it on the ones that are really ready. The nodular cystic types, the ones that are underground, the ones that you really have to push hard to get anything to come out, all that stuff is really, you're just gonna leave a way bigger mark, way more damage. So I'm already on the same page with her on this so far.
Squeezing a blemish is bad for your skin, obviously, because it can scar it and make it red. But with this technique, there's no squeezing involved, so you don't have to worry about either of those things. So the first step is make sure that your skin is completely clean. You just got out of the shower, if you just washed your face, those are great times to do this. Just make sure that you clear up the area of any bacteria using a toner. Something like witch hazel is great because it's not as drying as alcohol, but it does clear up that area pretty well. Then take a clean washcloth, not the one that you've had in your shower for the past 5 days, which I don't recommend that either, but a nice clean washcloth. You're going to dip the corner into hot water. Now, it doesn't need to be scalding or you'll burn your face, but it shouldn't be cool either. It needs to be hot enough to the touch because this is going to help to remove the head of your blemish. Then you're going to take the hot washcloth, just place it on top of wherever your blemish is and hold it until the washcloth gets cool. Then you know it's ready to start doing the dirty work, so to speak.
And this is usually where people say, now pull out your acne lance and put that needle through your pimple because we're about to get to popping.
So when you place it on top, it's cool now. All you're going to do is very, very lightly move the washcloth about 4 to 5 millimeters away from the blemish. At this point, the head of it should be completely removed. It's not going to bleed, it's not going to scar, none of that. And then you can put some medication on it and go to bed. But if it's still there, that either means two things. A, it's not ready to go, or B, you need to repeat these steps. The last step, if you did get rid of your blemish, is just to apply some medication to it. Neosporin is really great because it helps calm it down, makes it less red as well. And even if you didn't get rid of the blemish, apply a treatment. Like I said, benzoyl peroxide or salicylic acid will be your best friend when trying to get rid of this blemish.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so the idea here, I guess, is the hot to warm water is going to kind of make your skin like more moist, more pliable. It's also going to soften up the skin that's surrounding that whitehead, which is already usually a little bit more thin and stuff. And then after you've let it basically just soak there for a while, kind of the same idea as before you do any blackhead extractions, kind of soften up the skin. You're basically just scraping the pimple off your face because the towel has like a rough, texture to it, and you do have a little bit of pressure on your face, and you're scraping it away. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever heard. For example, so this has actually worked for me in the past. I know you guys have heard me say a lot of times, like, I don't pop pimples, I just let them do their thing. And then eventually they'll just come out naturally. They'll either just fall out when I'm sleeping, or especially when I'm in the shower, they'll just fall out. And so this kind of follows the same logic. I'm in the shower, it's really hot water is going over it, it's softening the skin up. That pimple that I haven't popped has gotten a bit harder. So instead of it just being like just fully goo, and it needs pressure to come out, it's already hardened a bit, and then when that top is kind of washed away or softened up, then the whole thing can just kind of pop out, can kind of just come out. So yeah, I don't know, it's an interesting concept, it's an interesting video. I actually have a pimple on my lip right here that I haven't touched in a couple days, in about 2 days. and it would be the perfect candidate for this. I know she said, you know, this is for pimples that have a white head and stuff, and this one was white and now it's no longer white, but this would totally work. If I put a towel on this, let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then just kind of scrape, this would come off. I'm actually just gonna wait one more day because I'm filming a video for it for another video. But yeah, I don't know. How do you guys feel about this? I'm gonna go to the comment section now on this video to see what other people were saying about this and if people have tried this before. This girl says, smart, but I need the satisfaction of actually popping and seeing stuff ooze out. I feel like that's like 95% of people. When I say it's probably better not to pop your pimple, they're always like, but I wanna pop my pimple. And I feel you, because I like popping pimples too, but it's not necessarily the best thing for your skin. Okay, cool. This girl, Ellie Weston, says, OMFG, this actually works. Thanks, guys. I've seen a couple comments like this. Hannah says, what do you do if it's now popped, but it's bleeding? I actually saw like 3 or 4 comments like this, and it sounds kind of like it worked. Basically, like if you had a little bit of a hardened sebum goo, I guess, if that came out and there's no longer goo coming out, no white, then, you know, mission accomplished for the most part. But it is kind of weird to see blood coming out of the pimple, right? So yeah, a few more. OMG, I love you so much. I had a party and have just taken out the pimple in less than a minute with no scar. Another person said, OMG, thanks so much. Had a giant pimple on my cheek. I did this and now it's almost gone. So it sounds like this actually does work for some type of pimples. I know a lot of people are probably watching this video and thinking this would never work for me. And it's probably, you probably have a similar acne to mine. If you've ever seen mine before, I used to have really, really deep nodular cystic acne. This wouldn't have done anything. If anything, I would have just had a more irritated cyst at that point. But I think this is probably more for like those pinprick, small white heads, you know, those ones that just pop up and they're gonna go away in 3 or 4 days anyways, but maybe you can speed it up and, you know, get rid of it on day 2 or 3 instead of waiting till day 4 when it comes, you know, goes away naturally. So I don't think this is bad advice at all. And I think it is kind of cool that they are encouraging people not to pop it by pinching the skin, because we all know that that's really not good for your skin. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think this is good advice? Do you think this is just total crap? Do you think this would actually work? Have you ever tried something like this? Are you gonna try something like this? Let me know in the comments below. As always, if you haven't checked out my acne program, I worked on it for over a year. It has over 70 scientific studies backing it, but it's super easy to read, super easy to go through. It's separated into 10 steps that only take 10 weeks. It's $10 and it's extremely effective. I've seen some really, really great transformations of people who have gone through this. And one of my favorites, I've talked about her a bunch of times, but Savannah Lee has an amazing transformation that literally only took 10 weeks. And then she gave me a 3-month update picture, and it literally looks like she's never had acne before. So if you are interested in that, I definitely highly recommend that. That's theacnemethod.com. Check it out, put it in the description and in the pinned comment below this video. And with that, my beautiful friends and family, that's the end of this video. So subscribe if you're not subscribed already for more acne content. Remember, you are not alone, you are beautiful, and you're part of Team Acne. I'll see you, skin bosses, in the very next video.